Hello and thank you for watching. This is STSC back again with LEGO Transformers Dai Rex. It's no secret that LEGO YouTuber One That Is was a huge inspiration for my own LEGO Transformers. To honor that, I've made remakes of a couple of his characters over the years, and one many of you probably won't remember is Dai Rex. I remade Dai Rex 6 years ago, long before I started doing weekly uploads when my channel was much smaller, and honestly the build hasn't aged well. So recently I decided to revisit the character again. My friend StarScreamer also decided to remake One That Is his character Sparfin, who Dai Rex shared a video with back in the day. I'll have a link to his Sparfin video in the description below, and you should definitely check it out. Here we have Dai Rex in his Cybertronian tank mode. Honestly, it's very abstract, and is kinda just a folded up robot. But that's also kinda just how Dai Rex is. I've tried my best to modernize this mode and make it feel more like a genuine vehicle, but ultimately the jank is kinda inherent to the design, and I didn't want to alter my take too much from the source material. Up front, he's got a giant plow, which is articulated and able to raise or lower. Up top, there's a rounded windscreen flanked by dual missile pods. Then under the cockpit, there's the two main cannons, jutting out horizontally. You can sort of aim the cannons, but I find it looks a little awkward, and I prefer to keep them straight. In the back, he has optional gray blast shields, which can be removed to give the vehicle a slightly less blocky look. Dai Rex has 8 wheels, which can only sort of roll. Unfortunately, the front wheels have a tendency to slightly catch on their surroundings, inhibiting his rolling abilities. Dai Rex's accessory, a laser sword, can be stored inside the tank, mostly hiding away under the cannons. While you might assume Dai Rex is built to scale with my larger models, he's actually meant to scale with my mini OCs. So here we have him next to an Autobot car, so you can get an idea of how massive he's actually supposed to be. Given his abstract Cybertronian alt mode, it's obvious Dai Rex's robot mode was always going to be the center of attention, and personally, I think it really delivers. He's a tall, bulky super robot who cuts a killer silhouette. I've always imagined Dai Rex as this noble knight-like character, serving the will of Primus, and I think more than ever, he looks the part. He just oozes character, and I can imagine him charging into battle against Decepticons twice his size. Not a fear in the world. His legs were the base of the tank, with the feet forming from the plow. I love the color blocking here, giving him a layered armored look. The brick-built shaping is all relatively simple, but altogether I think it makes for a really killer looking leg. The blue blast shields of the tank become massive shoulder spires to rival that of Ultra Magnus, while the missile pods fold over to form shoulder pads. His arms were the cannons of the tank and don't really transform much. I considered having the hands fold out during transformation, but ultimately decided to keep it simple. I love the way the cannons end up mounted on his wrists for him to do some kinda crazy point-blank cannon blasts when he punches you. His chest is formed from the tank's windscreen. Combined with the small grille on his abdomen, I kinda love how there's just the faintest hint of Optimus Prime in his design, as though Dai Rex himself is part of the Prime lineage. His head is relatively simple, but I think it gets the job done. Just a stoic mouthplate visor combo, showing no emotion. Dai Rex has two accessories, his laser sword and his shield. The sword can simply peg into his fist, and the shield can stud onto his forearm. Once he's fully equipped, he looks incredible. Taking a look from the back, you can see he has a total of 8 jet boosters for charging into battle. Bringing in an Autobot car again for comparison, you can see just how massive Dai Rex is compared to the average Autobot in my lore. Dai Rex may not be the most mind-blowing Transformer, but I think he's an exceptional mecha. He's a dynamic super robot built for justice, and that's exactly the vibe I was aiming for. And again, I want to urge you all to check out StarScreamer's Sparfin, linked in the description below. But that's all I have for now, so I'll see you next time.